But I feel like the people who are going on rants, you don't know nothing about no fashion anyway. And regardless if it was $2 or $8, you still saw no value and still wouldn't buy it. No. It's me, Amarijasz. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why is everyone hating on Depop? Okay, if you're interested, keep watching. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below, and stick around to find out more. If those of you who have been on TikTok, who have been on Instagram, you have seen the surge of pure hatred for Depop influencers, for the app in general, for everything that has to do with Depop, essentially, right? It's gone from influencers, from the packagers, people getting scammed from so many different angles. People have been coming for Depop's neck, and I thought it would be cute to do a little bit of a little video about my opinion on it and what has been going on for people who don't really understand what is it boiling down into. So yeah, all right, so first thing, what is Depop? What is Depop? Depop is basically an app for a regular person to post and sell their pieces on the internet. It could be, some people turn it into a whole business, some people just do it on the side for an income, and majority of the pieces that are being sold on Depop or past designer pieces or just vintage 2000s brands or from streetwear brands or from people selling their own cut and sew items. That is what Depop is. And Depop started getting a lot of popularity heavily in the 2016 area, or not area, in the 2016 era. That's when everybody was going in their closet, picking out some clothes and selling it and posting it. And back then, I feel like everyone was on Depop. Everyone wanted to be the next Depop top seller. There was a surge of videos on YouTube about how to make this amount of money on Depop, how to do this, how to do that, and just everyone just sharing the news and trying to get everyone on board with Depop. And that's where I found out about it. I just saw so many people talking about it, so many, that was like the new thing to be posting your, it was like the next side gig. So it was YouTube and Depop. Everyone talking about how they want to be the next YouTuber. Everyone talking about Depop. This is before Amazon drop shipping, before whatever. This is for the regular 16 to 21-year-old trying to make money at home, right? So Depop was the go-to. And I feel like the influencers at that time, or the people that really took Depop to the next level, I feel like had to be Internet Girl. She so I feel like really brought the whole US market eye to Depop. I feel like Depop in the past may have been more catered to just the 90s aesthetic, or maybe just the whole 2000s aesthetic. And I feel like once Internet Girl came on there, took it by the neck, did what she needed to do, got her coins, and earned up to, some people say that she's earned to $1 million, got interviews from this magazine and that magazine. It really, again, brought more popularity to the app and really put in people's mind, okay, this is something legit. I can literally make money on this, right? For the person who doesn't want to do eBay or who doesn't want to do StockX or any other thing, it's like a comfortable starting point for someone who's a beginner. And it eventually got to the point where, kind of like how Mr. Beast is associated with YouTube, it got to the point where it was Depop and Internet Girl. If you thought about Depop, you thought about Internet Girl. If you thought about the Internet Girl, you thought about Depop. And she was able to just take over it and make it be turn into her own separate business and even go further beyond that. But I feel like these influencers and people before her or whatever have really made it to a lot of people's brain that they can be the next top seller and they can make this, right? And from there, you may ask, what went wrong? Why is there so much hate now? Why is there everyone doing a whole rant, dogging out Depop and dogging out that, period? And it's for a multitude of reasons, but what it really boils down onto is, for one, favoritism on the app. 2, a lot of people getting scammed and rip out their money. 3, the Depop fees. So what I say first one? Favoritism. Depop has this thing, sort of kind of like YouTube, with the creator studio or whatever, right? and just the algorithm like any other app, regardless of what it is. Depop has this thing called top seller, whatever. And if you're in the top seller person, and I guess the top seller usually sells 60 items per week at $20 a pop, and average, I think maybe 5,000 or somewhere around there a month selling Depop. And once you reach this top seller point, you get extra perks, you get more benefits, and you get more of this. And I feel like the reason why Depop is getting a lot of backlash is because a lot of the smaller Depop shop owners feel like they're not being pushed, feel like they're not being catered to, and feel like they're not getting the right exposure from Depop. And personally, I can see why they feel that. I can see why they feel that way, but then think about it. I hate to be that, but think about it from Depop's point of view. If you're posting your stuff, so I see some, I'm not even trying to be funny, but I've seen some people on Depop post books, post an old tennis shoe, hate to be rude, non-brand, don't nobody know, posting brands that are not popular, are not what's in, and that they know it's not going to sell. What do they get? It is still a business, which I hate to be rude, but what do they get out of, but it's like, what do they get out of posting you on their channel, not posting your channel, what do they get out of pushing you or whatever if it's not getting any traffic? And I feel like that's how any algorithm works. You post a new video on YouTube, you post a video on Instagram, they push it out to everyone. And if some people picks it up, they see people like it, they're going to keep pushing it. But if every time you post, everything that you post on your whole thing doesn't look aesthetically pleasing, isn't what everybody else is doing to make money, why would they promote if it's not going to get them anything at the end of the day either? But anyways, I can acknowledge that there is favoritisms on Depop, but I don't think it's favoritism. Well, yeah, it is favoritism, but I don't really consider it favoritism. I consider it, once you've earned your spot, you get benefits. Same thing with YouTube creator threshold. It's not like they are not letting people get to the top seller, whatever. You can get to it. Once you get to it, you can get the perks. But if you're an average Joe who is not selling, who's not making any money, you don't get it. But, and the second thing will have to be, what is it? Scam. Since the surge of Depop and its popularity, not everyone wants to become the top seller. They see, oh, you get this benefit, you get this benefit, you get this benefit. Everyone wants to make the $1 million. Everyone wants to make, oh, I make $100,000, or I make $5,000, right? Everyone wants to make that big thing. So some people are doing the extreme, but that's what people do anytime something's popularized. There are people who will take advantage of it, and yeah. So a lot of people are posting fake listings. A lot of people are posting fake listings, posting real listings, not shipping it back, not treating it like a legitimate business. And I feel like that is because these are regular schmegular Joes, right? These are regular schmegular people on the street, take a picture of a bag and post it. They don't really know nothing about their business, or maybe they've just been sitting there forever, but they're so, I feel like because Depop is so lax with its approach and it doesn't really set it up like a legitimate business, like Amazon, you have to have a legitimate business. It's not just somebody create an account and post a picture. It's you have to have a legitimate business license. You have to have this, so it can try to avoid that. And I feel like what a lot of people are wanting from Depop is basically to create these borders and perimeters to where people just can't be scammed. If they are scammed, to be compensated. And I feel like that should be something that they do, right? And that has been the reason why a lot of people are getting backlash. But I do want to add, for people who are getting scammed, or people who have been victims of getting scammed on Depop, one thing that I've noticed, take a look at their listing. If all of their listing, the background, the whole thing, it's not like a seamless flow to flow. They have a seamless background that they post a similar type of items. You don't see any reviews. You don't see any type of ratings or 1-2 packaging. Save yourself the thing. Go on some other site. Go on Google and find what you want to look for. Don't beg or don't harass. And also, and a lot of sellers do this. They say, contact me. They say, contact me first before you buy a thing. The thing that means, they may not be able to delete it, whatever the case. So I feel like if you're going to Depop and you're going to shop, make sure it's a credible seller. Make sure they got some ratings. Make sure they got some views. And make sure that it looks like a bit someone who knows what they're doing. And also try to at least contact the person before you go and buy whatever that they're trying to sell, whatever that you're trying to get. And the third thing is the Depop fees. Everyone is so upset that Depop is charging this amount and it's raising, and the whole PayPal thing, and the whole, oh, you have to have this sort of what's the name? Some people are saying that they don't accept Depop payment and all this thing. And me myself, I do have a Depop shop. This right here, but I'm not selling. I mean, I'm selling some shoes on there, but that's beside the point. I feel like yes, the fees is a con. However, however, this is a business, and I feel like that's why so many people who are getting upset. They have to understand it's a business. It's not Instagram, but even Instagram. Thank God Instagram don't charge y'all, because y'all be having a heart attack. They don't charge you to post. Taking this account, they don't charge you to post, which a lot of people do. Imagine if you were an actual person, not actual person. Imagine if you had a thrift store. You will be paying for the rent at that place. You be paying for all of the services and all of it. But Depop, they don't even charge you to be able to come on their platform and do that. All they ask is for a small whatever fee, is it 5 or 2%? I don't even know the fee, but they charge you this little bitty fee, and you still get to make your money out of it. So I feel like some people just need to take, what is it called? Pick and choose your battles. Yes, you may have to pay a fee, but think about it. They're allowing you to get on this platform for free. You don't need to have a business license. You don't need to have this. You don't need to pay a deposit. You can just set up, post, and start getting sales. What's the complaint about that? I feel like you're just being greedy at that point. Okay, so now I want to talk about TikTok. I feel like TikTok is queen of finding anything and trying to rip whatever to shreds. No matter if it's a person, no matter if it's an app, no matter what it is, everyone on TikTok, whatever it is, can find somebody else to hate on something with them, right? And I feel like Depop, the hate is becoming from the sellers posting high prices for whatever it is, right? They're posting this top for $40 and they just went tied to bin and bought it for $5. But Fashion Nova is doing that. Shein is doing that. Shein is doing that. This brand is doing that. That brand is doing that. That's how business works. That's how they make a profit. If you buy something for a lower price, you're not going to sell it at the exact same price. You're going to sell it for double that or higher than that. You're going to try to keep your profit margins at a good standing, right? You're not going to sell it at the same exact price because you're not going to make any money. Especially if the Depop shop owners have the business fee to pay, they have materials that they need to make for, and they need to have to put something in their pocket for themselves. They are going to charge it at an amount where they're going to get profit. Maybe they shouldn't be charged at $100 or $200, but that's subjective to the people who are buying it. If they can find a demographic of people who think it's worth $200 and want to buy it, and they really like it, they will buy it. Maybe you, the person who's coming on, I feel like this. Depop is retail price. Depop is not Goodwill price, and I feel like that's where a lot of people are getting confused. They're going up to Depop thinking they're going to get the I don't know, wholesale price. You're not going to get the Juicy Couture Daydreamer for $80. You're not even going to get it for $50. You're going to get it for $250. You're going to get it for $300. It's a supply, it's a demand. Depop shop owners are shop owners. There are businesses, so they need to make money. If you come in, same thing if you're going on the railroad. Same thing if you're going on StockX. This is a retail price. You're not going to go on StockX and comment, oh, you guys are scared. I have no problem with paying that price of $200 millions of thousands of dollars for a shoe. So if Depop has an audience that likes the vintage piece that they're selling, they want to pay 50, 60 because they're selling, the shop owners are selling that regardless of people getting mad and hate on TikTok, they still are selling, they're still making your money. But I feel like the people who are going on rants or you don't know nothing about no fashion anyway, and regardless if it was $2 or $8, you still saw no value and still wouldn't buy it no way, so that's irrelevant. I feel like the Depop hate on TikTok is unnecessary. I feel like it's unnecessary, and it's coming from people who have no clue how Depop works on the inside or on the out. They're just something just to talk about, and they found other people who can hate on it because they're unable to afford their like items. To be honest. But I feel like that's just the name of the game. you get more popular in the Depop world or whatever it is. If it gets more popular, just know you're gonna get the same amount of hate, or maybe less hate, but you're gonna get hate to follow right. The higher you go, the more people who are gonna hate you because they're at the bottom. It just is what it is, and it's just so happened that now it's Depop turn. People hate to see, oh, they're making this amount, or they're making this amount, but and I feel like a lot of it has to do because maybe it's a market that doesn't have a lot of it's not a mass market, and I feel like StockX, it's a big community of people who care about a shoe and care about this, and I feel like it's a more smaller community of people who care about vintage clothes and 90s and vintage pieces, so they get a lot more backlash from the mass people, but they're still serving a need. And yeah, I see no difference from StockX to Depop, or from StockX to whatever it's called, from eBay. It's a business, they're selling it. If you don't think it's worth this amount of money, or they should sell it at the same thing, then how would they make money under other business? Exactly. So yeah, overall, my personal opinion, I love Depop. I have so many things in my cart. I go in there all the time. I respect the hustle. I respect the brand people. And to all of the people who hate Depop, thank God there's things such as free will where you can just click out of the app and delete it. So yeah, that's my personal opinion. That's my take on the Depop hate. If you enjoyed me talking about it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, like, and comment. I'll see you in the next one.